All right, this is Rob Bro with 1340 The Fan here with Coach Dewhurst. First year in Lubbock, first year at Texas Tech. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, a lot of continuity here. Obviously, went to school here, played here, was here in 15 and 16 with Coach Gibbs, and then was gone last year. So it's obviously great to be back. It's home, you know. So it's been a smooth transition, and now it's finally here and ready for fall camp.
Anything new? Any responsibilities have changed, or are you pretty much just sliding back into what you were doing before?
Well, you know, sliding back in what I was doing before, but obviously more responsibility. With Coach Jennings, myself, and Coach Gibbs in the back end, there's three of us, you know, and so obviously you're playing 5 or 6 DBs at once. But obviously working for Coach Gibbs, who's the defense coordinator, who's a DB guy, you know, he understands what the expectation is, and it's been a smooth transition with Coach Jennings, and looking forward to it.
How the recruiting classes worked out, there's not a lot of new faces here. Do you know most of the guys, and did you help recruit the guys that are already here that redshirted last year?
Yeah, you know, because I left really in June, and so most of those freshmen were just coming in, you know, and then obviously we saw them at camps and being here on official visits and everything else, and from when they first reported in June to coming back and how much they have grown and developed, you know, a few of those redshirt guys that have taken tremendous strides, but most all the guys, yeah, was coming back in and like I hadn't left.
That's good. So we know Jashawn Johnson. We know Justice Parker. He's a big name from the defense. Who's the name that is going to stand out this year that may not be already a household name?
That's the fun part. That's the fun part to figure out. You know, and our big thing, and our kids know too, we're not big on individuals. You know, preseason awards and all that are great, but all that matters is what happens at the end of the year. So our big thing has been, our off-season motto has been finish, finding ways to finish games, you know, because we've been in games and now let's close them out. And so team defense is playing as a unit, and so our guys know stop the run is the first key and make them throw the ball in the air, and Coach Gibbs, the big thing is finding obviously turnovers, but he does a great job of mixing up coverage to confuse the quarterback on the snap. So as long as we play team defense and find ways to win, the individual awards will come out from there.
Just piggybacking off that, 10 starters returning, does that mean there's going to be a lot of continuity there, or is competition completely open in the fall?
Oh, it's always open, and that's the big thing, and that's the way you always want to get it. It hadn't always been like that, you know, and coming in this year, that our kids know that you got to compete every day, and that's one of our mottos around here in everything that you do. And, you know, there might be a starter on paper that the press publishes, but our guys know that the depth chart's open, you know, and obviously there's games, there's matchups, we cross-train our guys, play multiple positions, because you never know with injuries. You know, we always have a plan. If so-and-so goes down, what's our plan here? So you got to have multiple guys play in different spots, and then, you know, you're playing 80 to 100 snaps a game in the Big 12, and so obviously you're not going to play every snap. So you got to find out who's going to come in for 20 plays here, a few plays here, and play special teams. So that's the big thing, is competition, guys playing multiple spots and competing every day.
You've mentioned a couple of mottos, finish and get better every day. There's a hashtag floating around, things have changed. It's kind of ambiguous. What are those things and how have they changed?
Well, this place wasn't here when I left, you know. I think it's just you know, continuity. You know, for a while there's a different defense coordinator every year. You know, now Coach Gibbs is going on his 4th year. You know, just the competition, the culture, you know, and it's something that we just kind of had within our room and our defense, and it's kind of grown from there. But the fun part is you know, finding ways to finish, and what's our identity going to be for 2018 is an unknown. All right, but that's why you practice, that's why you play the game, and I'm looking forward to it.
I know we have a lot of time before this gets going, but 2019 recruiting class shaping up to be a good one. Is it a coincidence that Texas Tech often goes after 2-sport guys, or is that the plan going in?
You know, and you look for athletic guys that can change direction. Obviously, you play multiple sports because they're coached differently. You know, and most of these guys now are, yeah, you look at 2 different sports, they're running track, they're doing whatever it takes, they're especially in the back end, the secondary. Guys are playing basketball. You know, it's always something you look for. Is it something you have to have? No. But that's just the case it is in this class.
Just going over to the other side of the ball real quick, who's somebody giving you trouble as far as receivers or running backs goes when you're in practice team drills?
With Coach Kingsbury, offense is anybody. You just pick it out. You know, because that's the not fun during practice, but that's the advantage when it comes Saturday. You don't get out there very often where you have not seen some type of motion, trick, play, whatever the case may be. And we obviously know whoever's back there at quarterback does a heck of a job, because that's been proven.
Our last question, Coach. Who would you say the team leader is as far as players go?
Team leader. There's plenty of them. I know your job is y'all are trying to find names here and there, but there's
You've been pretty good so far.
there's multiple guys, you know, and the thing that we have is it's not just one position group. You know, we have leaders, not just seniors. We have leaders from, it could be a freshman, could be a sophomore, junior, whoever it might be, but we have it in different position groups. And that's what you look for in a team. You know, obviously all coaches say that's what great teams have, their players lead. But that's the thing as we look out here in the summer and once they're done with the coaches, with strength coaches in the workouts, it's player-driven workouts. And it's not just a few groups, it's the whole team doing stuff, and that's the way you want to have it. But what's it going to be for 2018? That's the unknown, that's the fun part.